Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RuckU Ramble. I could be on the BBC News here, couldn't I? Sky News, ITV News, got to be fair. Sorry for the, for the slight absence, but been a wee bit busy. Babysitting Jerry Collins this weekend, full-time task, and Mertens. And working on some sponsors, which will be good news actually, because we will be announcing soon some wine and some beer sponsors for the site, because we know what's important. We better drink. I am working on a pie sponsor. Wish me luck. Anyway, so Six Nations. Quick resume. No, review even. What is a resume? Anyway, quick review. Wales. Well, after a very good start, it's ground to a wee bit of a hole. A little bit predictable. I think this is pretty summed up by Powell. I think your first few games you play international was great. Blitz on the scene, no one really knows you. People start looking at you, working you out. And I think the key for some of the Welsh lads is, you've got to have a bit more variety in your game. Henson returns. So, there we go. And crunch time, a little bit of crunch time for Gatland and Edwards, really. Although I think they'll beat the Irish. I do. As for the Irish, well, it was the match of the championship. Sadly, about the only match of the championship, really, wasn't it? Ireland, France, some great rugby there. Since then, not great. O'Gara against England, interesting. All sorts of rumours again about Ronan and where his mind was, but. Made a few changes for this last game, and Jamie Hislop. Actually, what was I reading about him? He was having a bit of a go at people who were criticising his flamboyant style. He wears white boots, celebrates when he scores a try, and he came out with and said, which I think is quite profound: "I am who I am." It's a song, isn't it? Anyway, it's fucking confused a load of his teammates who thought he was someone else. I am who I am, lads. Fuck. Scotland, good tight five. Competitive back row, to be fair. Backs, fucking liability. I've never known ball goes to Scottish backs and you're like, no. And sure enough, it gets dropped somewhere. It's not good, is it? Luckily they've got Patterson, but they tried to drop him. Which was interesting, but they brought him back because he is their way of scoring points. So, geez, if you were a Scottish forward, you would kick the crap out of your back, wouldn't you? France, Livremont. What is he doing? The man is eccentric. Selection, jeez. To be fair, I think Medard is an absolute star, but he just keeps changing the team, doesn't he? Shamal, is he second row, is he back row, is he, what is he, who's the 10? What are they doing in the midfield? It's just, who was that beast who played in the midfield? He was a beast, but he had no hands, just stumps. Thank God. So they are, have been a disappointment, the French. Obviously they played bloody well on Sunday. They were just absolutely stuffed by a great side. Italy, same, backs, 10. God, if they could find the 10, if they could find some creativity in the midfield, what a great pack of forwards. Parise, to be fair, is rated by many, including Zinni, as the greatest number 8 in the world at the moment. To do that in that side, wow, what an achievement. Jerry Collins, Eel rates him highly, but he rates his wife even more highly. Probably worth a Google search. Not that I'd advocate such a thing to any guys. Take the safe search off. England. Wow. To be fair, Joe Worsley, who's never been outstanding in an England shirt before, has come back and added made an incredible impact in terms of defence. And Flutie is finding a little bit of fluency, a bit of creativity in the midfield. Armitage and Quato look sharp. Impressive, really, to a certain extent. Let's not get carried away. One win, a good win, very enjoyable win. Got to see what happens Saturday, and there's a long way to go. We are ranked 8th. And there's still the inevitable question mark about Borthwick. But hey, big debate about the Lions obviously, and I saw Jerry Guscott picked his Lions 15. If you missed it, you didn't miss a lot. Lee Byrne at fullback, Tommy Bowe 14, O'Driscoll and Henson. Interesting. Even the dogs are fighting about that one. Henson back after one game. Shane Williams 11. Number 10, Johnny Wilkinson. Oh yes, he hasn't played but he's there. Oh. Mike Phillips at 9. Heaslip, Wallace, Croft in the back row. O'Connell, captain. Simon Shaw, he's not Irish, or whatever that accent was even. Ewan Murray, Ross Ford, Gethin Jenkins. Well, you do have to ask a few serious questions. Where the hell is Alan Wynne-Jones? How can Johnny be picked when he hasn't really even played much club rugby, if any? So Jerry, thank God you're not a Lions selector. I see a little bit of spice. The Welsh don't like the Irish. I don't know what happened there. Ooh. Handbags. A bit of fisticuffs, that'd be great. And England, Scotland, always a love in England, Scotland. There's some good kicking goes on. It reached a peak in about 90 when we got whacked, got our asses kicked. Oh yes, we did. And yeah, and the Scottish journalists after that, you know, I think I have told the story, but I like it because it's true and it sort of sums it up. Because the thing that gets me about Scotland and the Irish and the French and the Welsh, all of you, is you're allowed to hate us, and I don't blame you for that. In fact, that goes to the Kiwis and the South Africans, you know. But we're not allowed to hate you back. And I was sitting with a Scottish journalist who was, you know, he obviously didn't have a nice pen. He had a bit of sort of wood, you know, a bit of lead strapped to his pencil because it was tight. And he was gouging it into his friend, doing this interview with me, and he hated me. He could smell it. And eventually he gets to the question he'd been longing to ask all of this 5-minute interview. He goes, hey! He says, Carling, who do you take the fact that Scotland, all of Scotland hate you? And I looked at him and it was like, I said, hey, you know, I said, that's fine. He says, really? I said, yeah. Because I fucking hate you. At which point he dropped his piece of wood. He says, you can't say that. I said, why? I said, you can hate us, right? But we can't hate you back. He says, hey, history. I said, that's the cat that's just died. I said, fuck history. I said, and tell you what, I fucking hate you a damn sight more than you hate us. He didn't put that in his paper, but it was like, there's a bit going on, isn't there? And hopefully there will be this weekend. Although you've got a good load of mates. And on a serious note, to me, it's like, you know, David Soul, great guy, Finlay, great guy, you know, you think you have a bit of crack, and if you can't then sit down and have a beer, you've got it wrong. So I hope there's a load of piss take this weekend, and then we'll sit down and have lots of beers. That's rugby. See you next week.